Alright, so I want to talk about this Russia thing again. The media is once again freaking out, going apeshit crazy, accusing Trump of being treasonous and accusing Putin of owning Trump and being a puppet of Russia. It's just crazy. This is typical Democrat liberalism, though. So whenever a Republican or a conservative or a libertarian, call them what you want, disagrees with a Democrat, whether that be on illegal immigration, abortion, Russia, we're accused of being traitors or sexist or racist or xenophobic or whatever word they like to call us. They don't comprehend that we could actually disagree but be morally on the same plane and actually not want people to die, or we don't discriminate against minorities, or at least I don't. I mean, I could really only speak for myself. Just because I have a different viewpoint doesn't mean I am a bad person, is what I'm saying. So the real question is here, did Russia interfere in the election? But what does that question even mean? Did Russia interfere in the election? What do we mean by Russia? Are we talking private Russian citizens? Are we talking the Russian government? And if we are talking the Russian government, what parts of the Russian government? I mean, if you look at the American government, what one level of the government does, the other level might not even know about. Like if you look at what happened with Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, I mean, there's probably people in the government that didn't know that was going on. So a part of the government could be doing a bad thing where good people in the government might not know about it. There's different levels, there's different factions, there's rogue elements of governments that operate in secret. That happens a lot. So did Putin order it? Who headed it up? I want specifics. I want details. And furthermore, look at what China's doing to us. Look at what other countries are doing to us. I mean, do you think China interferes in our elections? You're damn right they do. Do you think they interfere in our government? You're damn right they do. They interfere in a lot of parts of our lives. A lot of powerful countries interfere in our lives, yet Democrats only obsess over one country, and that is Russia, because it furthers their political agendas. So the question is, was Trump soft on Putin? You could make the argument he was. You could make the argument that that he was not tough on Putin and didn't grill him on election interference. You can make that argument. I think the media took clips out of context, so like when Trump said, well, Putin strongly denies that he interfered, and they're like, oh, look at that, Trump's defending Putin. No, he's really just stating what Putin said, and he's not agreeing with Putin, he's just really stating what he said. So was Trump soft? Maybe he was. But the election, the potential election tampering happened under the Obama administration, so it's not really Trump's responsibility per se. I mean, I guess it's his responsibility to investigate it. But then again, at the same time, Russia is a nuclear threat, and it's in our best interest to get along with them. And also we have to look at, again, what degree, I want specifics here, to what degree did Russia interfere in the election? Was it just like buying Facebook ads, or was it like actually hacking voting machines or hacking the Democratic, the DNC? To what level, who did it? I need more specifics here. But like I said, you could look at this at the point of view of like Trump's just trying to get along with Russia. It's in our best interest to have a good relationship with Russia. I mean, if you look at America, we interfere in governments all the time. We've overthrown governments. We've gotten involved in elections. So it's kind of pretty hypocritical for us to say, oh, look at Russia, they bought Facebook ads, yet we've helped overthrow like the Iranian government. And we've gotten involved in many elections too, so it's not like we're innocent here. I mean, that's kind of how it works. China probably meddles in our elections and in our government. We probably meddle in theirs. Saudi Arabia, Russia, all these countries probably meddle in each other's bullshit. They probably got spies all over the place. I mean, that's just kind of how the world and the military and everything works. Is it right? No. But, I mean, on one level, we have to get along, and we have to find common ground. And if you look at, like, Russia the United States both have the same interest of destroying ISIS. So when we have common grounds, we should work together, and it's best for Russia and the United States to be on the same, on good terms, because we do have like 90% of the nuclear weapons in the world, so it's pretty good to be like good friends with Russia, or at least not enemies. So this is good that Trump is talking to Putin. Was he soft on him? Maybe a little bit, but again, I think it's more important to be on good terms with Russia, good speaking terms, good diplomatic terms, than to be at war with Russia, who has a lot of nuclear bombs. And I don't want a nuclear war because I don't want to die. I have a good life. I don't want to die. So it's best to be on good speaking terms with Russia, as opposed to say, oh, let's go to war with Russia. Russia's our biggest enemy. I mean, there's clearly many countries around the world that are worse than Russia. Like, if you look at some of these Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia that oppress women and shit like that, yet we're still allies with Saudi Arabia. But Russia, we can't. Oh, Russia's terrible. I mean, you think these Saudi Arabian oligarchs have influence in our democratic processes and in America? You're fucking right, damn right they do. I mean, come on, don't kid yourself here. So Russia is really just a political tool for the Democrats to use to gain political points. Did they hack our election? Maybe, but maybe not. Again, they were indicted by Mueller, whose investigation is pretty discredited with all this Peter Strzok bullshit, and the fact that he has 13 Democrats on his team, and at the same time has like no Republicans. So it's a partisan investigation. And like I said, they're just indictments. In America, you're innocent until proven guilty. They're indictments. And again, I want specifics, and it's hard to conclude specifically what exactly happened. It would help if the Democrats turned over their server, which they aren't doing for some weird reason. But like I said, to wrap it up, when it all comes down to it, I want a good relationship with Russia. Like I said, America probably meddles in Russia's shit too. They certainly have meddled in other countries' shit in the past and the present. I mean, we have our military like all over the world. So, but let's just come together as nations and get the fuck along. Let's get along so we could have peace and prevent war and prevent nuclear war. I want to be friends with Russia. I want to be friends because it's better if the two world powers are friends and on good speaking terms, as opposed to shooting nuclear weapons at each other. Just like it would be beneficial if North Korea and the United States got along, as opposed to being mortal enemies. I don't want to walk outside my house every day and be scared that Russia or North Korea is going to launch a nuclear bomb at my fucking head. So there you go, people. That's all I got to say about that.